How's that feel?
Good. I really want Jordan to win too. I feel like that will level me up as well. Us both A6 athlete headed into the Olympics in Tokyo, beating Japan. I mean, man, that country's so good at women's wrestling. Freestyle, they're like really leveling up there.
So you just passed Trisha Saunders. Can you talk about that a little?
Do you know her original name was Gray, her maiden name? So it's kind of crazy that we're not related, but it blew my mind. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, and I'm so special. Like Sarah McMahon, Christy Davis, Trisha Saunders, they reach out to me every once in a while and just let me know that they're watching and excited about women's wrestling, excited about women's sports, and it's pretty special.
How about getting those 4 points right at the end of the first period? It's kind of a double blow for the opponent, isn't it?
You know, I was listening to Coach Jackson yesterday talk to the men's freestyle team, and he said it's important for world champions to go out there and score points at the end of those periods. I feel like I was really focused in that period, so I didn't really know it was the end, but definitely felt like we had been hand fighting for a while and a few passivity points had been thrown around. So I took some drive from that speech last night and got to feel something pretty special come from the level of elite sports and translating into my world.
It seemed like kind of a tactical match. Like you said, at first it was hand fighting for 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Was that kind of the plan, or is that just how it ended up?
No, she was doing a great job. She frustrated me. I have an attack hand, and she wouldn't let me tie up with it. And she's so low to the ground and able to keep her legs back that I was wasn't able to get my reach in there. So I was having to adjust, and finally made those adjustments.
No leg. Did you get any laces this tournament?
I did, yeah.
You did? Okay, but not tonight.
Yeah, I'm kind of peeved because United World Wrestling put up one of the Swedish women that said who has the best leg lace in the world. So I hit a few earlier in the tournament just to make sure that solidifies my spot in history.
Your gut wrench is almost like a folk style tilt. Would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
How did that?
I like the trap arm with that tilt there, and then Terry and I have been working on that toe trap to the foot up, to the deep waist over, and I've just been replaying that over and over in my mind on the bike, just thinking about grabbing that toe, reaching around. People forget about their other limbs. It's pretty amazing how focused you can be on one side. Sorry, I gotta go.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you guys. Round two.
Adeline Gray, round 2.
Round 5.
So first American to 5.
Yes.
That's history.
Amazing.
And you know, again, past Trisha, past John Smith, past JB. Hopefully he punches through.
I would love that
too. But can you talk a little bit more about that and how it feels to just make history?
Man, Christy Davis was a 9-time world medalist, and I'm still chasing that. This is medal number 7. I know I've got a couple more golds than her, but it still drives me. You know, 9 medals is something to be so proud of, and something that truly is consistency. And so I'm just trying to do it a little bit better and a little bit more golden.
I had a question. Your hands. I saw the hand. I don't want to ask.
Yeah.
Did you hurt one of your hands and you taped them both up to?
You know, I hurt both of my hands actually.
Really?
Yeah. I hurt this one right before Pan Am's and ended up in a little cast for a while. And then the day I got out of this one, I went hiking and ended up having surgery on this one. So I had surgery about 6 weeks ago on my hands, and feel like I've been doing this at every single practice, just working with my elbows. And I'm usually a big high fiver. I've been having to do a lot of hugs, like impromptu, like people I don't really even want to hug, just be like up for the high five and in for the hug. So yeah, but you know, it was something my coaching staff and medical staff really worked with me, and we did everything we could. We kept me off the mat quite a bit, probably a little longer than I wanted to be, but still managed to pull together a world championship. So I'm great at world championships, you know, like that's pretty awesome.
Did it affect you? You know, did you have to change how you wrestled at all, or
yeah, I definitely did. So actually, it's been about a year that this hand's been bugging me. So I don't know if this is called a new injury or not, but I've been wrestling with an MMA glove for a while, and just having to learn how not to rely on some of those grips and some of those holds, and forcing myself to move my opponent with my body and my hips, and really came down to just focusing on some of my wrestling. It's been some of the camps, it's just doing what I can, and that's maybe the answer as you get to be an older athlete, that you just do what you can in some of those workouts, and then after that, you just try to get a little bit better.
I know you have a little thing called the Olympics to focus on, but going even further than that, 6 world titles, is that something that you're aiming for?
You know, 5 sounds really great right now. Let's just settle in that moment real quick that I'm a 5-time world champion. I gotta mark that off my bucket list of a 5-timer. I won my 4th one last year, and someone said 5, and I was like, wow, that has a nice ring to it. So let's just be happy in 5 for just like 10 minutes. Like, that would be great.
Adeline, how has perspective changed since you won your first one?
2012, it was a non-Olympic weight, a world weight, and it was a year that we still had all the weight classes go. So it was like a mini Olympics, and it felt like a little subpar to some extent. Like, we didn't have the men there because the men had all their weights at the Olympics, and so it was the first time that I was kind of up on that podium and just kind of feeling thing. Like, we got paid, I think, 1/8 of what we get paid now for the world weights and the Olympic weights, and so it just didn't feel as monumentous, I guess, is what I'm going to say about it. Like, this one, it feels so real to stand up here against the top women in the world, and my bracket's stacked. Like, we have world champions and Olympic champions that didn't even qualify for the Olympics here, and we have some talent and depth. I mean, Japan always has it, like, she makes that 3rd place podium, but to jump up to silver for her is a great tournament, and headed into Tokyo in her home country. I mean, it's amazing to kind of have that moment up there. So it's exciting. It's exciting to get to beat Japan on my way to Tokyo Olympics, and hopefully that's the podium at the Olympics. All right.
Are we all good?
Good? Anybody else?
Congratulations.